Hello, I'm Brian Innes, and today I'm going to show you how to connect an Intel IoT gateway to the IBM Watson IoT platform. I've written a recipe on the developer work site that I'm going to take you through. So first of all, you need some hardware. You need an Intel NUC device. You need the 101 platform. And you need a Grove shield. And the sensor we're going to use is a Grove light sensor. So to start off, we assemble the hardware. We connect the Grove base shield to the 101, and then we connect the 101 via USB cable into the NUC. The NUC is already set up with the latest version of the software with the IBM Cloud package pre-installed. If you don't have your NUC set up, you can follow the link here to access the instructions to set up the NUC ready for this recipe. So before we start, make sure you have the Grove shield attached. You have it set to 3 volts and you've connected the light sensor to port A3 on the base shield. Then connect the 101 to the NUC and power them both on. So then to start, we're going to log into the NUC as the gateway user. So that's GW user. Default password is the same as the user ID. And then we're going to select the sensor tab and manage sensors. Again, gateway user. This will bring up the Node-RED editing environment. And there is a default flow in there, but I'm just going to select over that and hit the delete key and deploy to remove that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in the flow from the recipe. So I just copy that, and then in the editor I bring up the menu, import from the clipboard, and I just paste in the flow from the recipe. Hit the deploy button, and then what you'll see is we've now got the light sensor data being shown up in the Developer Hub UI. And if I move the sensor into the light and then back into the shade, you'll see that that sensor is updating in real time. There are different views that I can do there. So we can see, we can expand it or shrink it down. And how the chart is displayed is set here, so that's text. If I go to a gauge, say OK and deploy, then you'll notice I've now got a gauge showing up in the chart. So what we want to do now is connect the gateway to the IBM Internet of Things platform. So I'm going to switch to Bluemix. And I'm logged on to my account in the desired region and space. Now the Internet of Things platform only exists currently in the United Kingdom and the US South regions. So if you're currently working in Sydney, you'll need to switch to one of the other regions. And then from the user interface, if I just go into the compute section, and then what I want to do is I want to hit add, go down to the boilerplates until I find the Internet of Things starter and just click there. What I do here is I now enter a unique name. So don't copy what's in the recipe because that won't work for you. So you just need to create a unique name. and then this will be the host name for that application. So I just hit create, and that's now going to deploy this boilerplate to Bluemix. So this is going to give me my Node.js runtime with a cloud and database and an instance of the Internet of Things platform. And within that Node.js runtime, there will be Node-RED already deployed. So here we are, it's deploying, and very shortly you'll see that that's going to change to this running state. So here we are, the application is now running. So I'm going to go to the Connections tab and select the Internet of Things service, double click it to open up that service console. And from in here I can manage my instance of the Internet of Things platform. So I go and launch the dashboard. And then I'm going to switch to this Devices tab. Now before I can add a device, I need to create a new device type. So just hit Device and then hit to create a new type. And because we're using the Intel Internet of Things gateway, I'm going to create a gateway type. And I just enter a name, so I'm going to call mine NUC Gateway. And then I can enter a description, click next. Now I can add additional information in the template, but for this demo I'm just going to go through and just create the minimum device type. So there we are, we've created it. So now I need to go and create an instance of the device, and you'll see the device type is already selected for me. So I just hit next. The next thing we need is a device ID, and the device ID is normally the MAC address of a network connected device. So I'm just going to go in and launch the console that's available in the browser. If I just type ifconfig, you'll see here I have my MAC address. So I'm just going to copy that. And if we go back into the Node-RED editor, and then I'm just going to paste the device type in, and I'm not allowed the colon, so I just remove the colons. So that is my device ID. And then the next thing you need is a token for this device. Now if I leave this blank, a token will be generated. But if you're in development mode, you often want to be able to add and remove a device as you sort of go through development process. You might need to reflash it, reset it, and you often need to keep providing this token. So it's a good thing just to create a developer token that you can remember. And I'm just going to simply use password with a 0. And that way I always know what the token is for this device, and as I create new flows and I need to input this data, I can easily remember it. In production use, you would obviously want to create a more secure token. Now the important thing to remember is that once you've gone past these initial screens, you will never get to see this token again. So if you don't remember and record the token, then you can't recover it. You'd have to delete the device and re-add it to the platform. In a production system, this would typically get done using the APIs as part of an automatic provisioning process. But here we're adding it manually. So now we have our NUC gateway added as a device to the platform.